What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents.
This story's called My Entitled Parent Thinks They're Entitled to My Wedding Money. And here we are again, Reddit, with another story of my entitled parents. So I was just married about a month ago to my best friend. The wedding was everything we could have wanted, other than the most embarrassing moments of my life, including my entitled mother's speech, but that's not important. Maybe I'll keep it for another subreddit. Anyway, with the money we got from the wedding, we decided to get a new mattress and box spring. The one my husband and I had, we had for almost 4 years, and it was a floor model and had a dip which our cat could fit perfectly inside, and the box spring didn't have all the screws, so my father-in-law had to tape it together. That being said, it was time to let it go and invest in our future. We shopped a little and found the perfect bed for us that came with a guarantee of 20 plus years, delivery, disposal of our mattress, and it was over $1,000 off. We bought it on the spot with a couple of pillows that were on sale and went about our week. The following week, I had to go back to my hometown for a doctor's appointment. My parents are typical entitled parents and incredibly judgmental with how my husband and I live our life. When I told them about our investment, they got angry, saying I was ripped off and saying, "Why didn't you just buy one online for like $100? And we got a whole bed for $350 on Kijiji. Why didn't you just use that?" We didn't have a car, so this would not be an option for us. As always, I feel like crap when going down to my family's home without my husband and was starting to feel like our investment wasn't worth it. But my best friend and my husband kept telling me we did a good thing, and we're gonna have this bed in our 40s. A few days later, I'm doing laundry and I get a call from my dad. "Hey, I heard you're taking us out to dinner tonight." "What?" "Yeah, we're celebrating getting your mattress and you're taking us out to dinner." I usually would consider this a joke, but I knew it was deeper than that. Plus, I just got off the phone with my mom telling me they're cutting me off from school, so I was in no mood to talk about my finances. I never said that. Why would we even celebrate that? "Well, you clearly have money now, so you can take us all out." "No, I don't." "Oh, you don't want to?" "No, I don't have money." "Oh, well, okay then." I told my sister about this, hoping she would see how messed up this all was, but she just told me it was because my dad sees I have money now. Like, I deserved it or something. Yeah, money for my future with my husband. A few days later, my brother sent me an article on how mattress companies are ripping people off. I hate my family sometimes. What? That is my family. What? That is every time my dad sees I buy something. Holy crap. I'm sorry, that just hit so close to home. This story's called Entitled Mother Acts Like I'm Her Friend and is Jeopardizing Her Own Daughter's Future. Hello, first of all, expect grammatical errors because English isn't my first language, it's okay. The cast for this one is Entitled Mother, my friend, me. I met my friend in 10th grade. We were both 15 years old, now we're 21 years old. And at that time, I wasn't in a good mental state due to my severe OCD, depression, and anxiety, which made me skip school a lot. Me and friend were quick to befriend each other, and she understood my situation pretty well since she was introverted and dealt with anxiety herself. Fast forward a year later, and we are both in 11th grade. I still skip school a lot, but friend does too, and eventually, Entitled Mother tells friend to drop out for a year so she can recover. Mind you, we were graduating 11th grade in 2 weeks. So Entitled Mother made her daughter waste a whole school year. During that time, I lost contact with friend because she wouldn't talk to me since she was ashamed even though I tried reaching out to her multiple times. In the next year, I also had a fallout with Entitled Mother because she was just entitled and belittled my own mental health. Anyways, fast forward to last year, both me and friend are now 20 at that time, and while I'm in college, after being isolated the past year because of my depression and OCD, just throwing this in here because it's important you know I also have my own crap to deal with and it isn't easy. And I decide to reach out to friend because, to my knowledge, she is still the same, not having finished high school and not getting out of her house. But because friend wasn't answering, I contacted Entitled Mother. Yikes. Over the course of that year, I'm able to reconnect with friend, but Entitled Mother sets rules for us when I meet her daughter. I'm not supposed to talk to her about my problem because she will shut herself out. I can't talk about my personal life too much because that will make friend feel bad about herself. I can only talk about mutual interests and light stuff. I can't pressure her, and entitled mother is the one arranging when and where we will meet. Plus, she expects me to be available at any given time. And other stupid crap like that. Entitled mother treats friend like a child when she is already 21. But I try to go along with it because I genuinely want to help friend, you know? Entitled mother starts messaging me all the time, and instead of talking about her daughter, aka my friend, she talks about her life and how much she suffers. She talks crap about our marriage and how her husband is a scumbag, then tells me her life story about how hard it was for her growing up without a mother and so on. I honestly get flabbergasted by all this information she throws at me constantly, and I'm like, shouldn't we be talking about your daughter? But I shut up and endure it. She even tries to throw her parenting responsibilities on me. She literally asked me to have a talk with her daughter so she stops spending so much money online because it's affecting entitled mother's financial situation. Actually, her husband's, since she doesn't work because she has to take care of her daughter. And she doesn't want to do it herself because she doesn't want to get on her daughter's bad side. Needless to say, I didn't do it. Things get really bad when I go off the radar sometimes. Like I explained before, I have my own crap to deal with, and there are times where my depression gets really bad and I don't want to talk to anybody. So I stay away from any social contact. She out of nowhere texts me and gets really passive-aggressive. In the way she acts, it's like she expects me to fix her daughter. Because according to her, I have a life and her daughter doesn't. And makes me feel guilty for trying to have a normal life while her daughter can't. I'm a bit of a pushover because I feel bad that friend is in that situation. And I try to do my best to help her, but at the same time, you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped or isn't ready for it. Friend somehow became an entitled kid because she just stays at home and wastes her parents' money away when she knows they can't afford some of the stuff she wants, and throws a tantrum like a 6-year-old when she doesn't get what she wants and her parents end up letting her get what she wants, even though she's a 21-year-old and is past the age of throwing tantrums. But at the same time, I can't feel ill feelings toward friend because I feel like she is a victim. I believe her mother is her enabler and she is constantly putting her daughter in bad mental places and not helping her at all. I feel like entitled mother thrives on attention and having her daughter like this gives her a sick sense of pleasure. I know that entitled mother does feel bad about her daughter and wants to help her, but at the same time, she contributes to the situation getting worse. Like not forcing her to go to a therapist and letting her just sit at home without any kind of help and attending to all her whims. Just the other day, entitled mother called me and I didn't answer because 1, I hate talking on the phone, and 2, she talks for hours. Then I remembered she had left me a message the week before asking me to go to her house. But I didn't answer because I was down with the flu and was really sick and ended up forgetting, so I texted her later and our conversation goes something like this. I'm sorry I haven't answered you, but I've been sick, blah blah blah. Did something happen? Get better soon. Meaningless small talk. Can you come here this weekend? Friend is not going to the appointments I make and I'm losing hope. I'm exhausted. She isn't taking X-Med anymore and she needs a substitute. Then she starts talking about a mobile game which we both play and forgets all about her daughter. Can you come over this weekend? I don't answer for a while because I'm still on bed rest since I'm really sick and feeling weak. After a couple of hours, she texts me again, out of nowhere. You hurt me when you ask when something is wrong. You know that every day something is wrong or else friend would go to school. Don't take this in the bad way, but I live this 24 hours a day. You have to give me a break. I only asked if something happened because it could have. It wasn't with bad intentions, but alright. I will try to go this weekend, but I'll have to see how my flu is. You know I always have something bad to tell you, unfortunately. Try to come and get better soon. She then sends an emoji of herself. What pain I'm in! Meanwhile, a day or two goes by and she sends me this. And OP, I find it normal wanting to talk to you after not talking to each other for 2 months. She literally sent me that out of nowhere. I really didn't want to talk to her because she will start talking about her life again, and honestly, I don't know what to say about her failed marriage or hear her badmouth her husband, which is a really cool dude in my opinion. Then yesterday, she texts me again and makes a point of telling me that her daughter needs her family and friend support several times, reinforcing the friends part, and ends the conversation with another text saying crap like, do you think distancing yourself from friend is gonna help? She needs her friends. They can't give up on someone who needs help. I totally get it, but I can't do much more than what I do. Every time I schedule something with her, she ditches our plans a few minutes before the hours we agreed on, and her mother says I can't show up in their house without friend agreeing because otherwise friend will not talk to me and yada yada. So my choices are almost none. I don't think entitled mother is a bad person, and I know it's painful for her to see her daughter in this state, but it doesn't excuse the behavior she has with me or how she acts. I have omitted many things because too much happened, but believe me when I say that it's exhausting having to spend time with entitled mother without wanting to pull all your hair out. I'm sorry this is all over the place, but I really cannot explain how she is or acts because so much stuff has happened that it's all kind of a blur in my head. I really feel bad for friends, but entitled mother really makes me feel like crap and I don't want to be near her. But because I care for friend, I will have to face her. So do expect updates on entitled mother because there's always drama with her. I just needed to rant. Thanks. Okay, so that's a toxic friendship if I've ever seen one, and you know what? A friend is lucky to have Redditor as a friend because that's some dedication, you know? Not many people would be willing to put up with all that crap, you know, just for their friends that they don't even get to see, you know, and the friend's completely different, which is not her fault, by the way. Man, that's just a horrible situation for everyone. This story's called, "This Funeral is Ruined Because of You." Yep, you are reading the title right. This is just one of the many stories of when I worked at Walmart for 3 years. I was a photo associate, so I had to handle the photo center, buy electronics, and the shoe department. It was an easy job. Make the photo orders, clean the machines, and assist customers with their orders. And by far, this is one of the worst I dealt with. It was near the evening and business was slowing down when I saw a couple, entitled mother and a nice dad, come up to the counter along with 2 children. They really don't play a part in the story. I greeted them and asked how I could help them. "We want to make a poster for my son's funeral, possibly a 24 by 36. I'm sorry for your loss, but I can help you make the order." "Thank you." And I helped them with the order. Nice dad told me that their eldest son died from an ATV accident. A trick gone wrong and he died his first night in the hospital. And they wanted to have a poster of him at a young age with his first dirt bike. I told them it would possibly take a half an hour for the order to finish and say they can look around Walmart if they wanted to, and I would call them on the overhead when it's done. And they did. But as soon as the order was halfway done, the poster machine went haywire. They had it way before I was hired and it broke down a lot. Why they didn't replace it, I had no idea. So I called them on the overhead to come back to the photo center. Nice Dad comes back, but entitled mother and her kids were nowhere to be found. I told Nice Dad that the poster machine broke halfway through their order and it wouldn't be ready for a few days. Nice Dad was very understanding, saying the funeral was just a week away so they have time. I offered to see if a different Walmart would print their order, but he said it was okay. "You'll give me a call when it's up and running?" "Absolutely. We will have your phone number in our system and give you a call when we have it running and your order complete." Nice Dad thanked me for my help and walked away. It was not only a few minutes later as I was calling maintenance to look at the poster machine the next day. I could slowly feel something coming as I heard someone slamming their hands on the counter. It was entitled mother with Nice Dad and her kids in tow. "I need to have a word with you." Luckily, I was done calling maintenance and come up to the counter. "Yes, ma'am, how can I help?" Entitled mother cuts me off. "Why is the poster not ready? You said it would be ready today." "I'm sorry, ma'am. I explained to Nice Dad that our poster machine broke down and the order won't be ready for a few days."
"That is bovine feces. It was working just fine. Get it running again."
"Ma'am, I can't make it run. I'm having maintenance to come look at it tomorrow."
"No, we need it now. The funeral's tomorrow and we need it."
"Honey, the funeral is a week away."
"No, she is just refusing to do her job."
She kept yelling at me for about 5 minutes, me and Nice Dad trying to calm her down while their kids were crying because of the argument. Luckily, my manager came over to hear the yelling. "Is there a problem?"
"Yes, your employee is refusing to help us. We needed a poster and she's denying us our order."
I informed manager that the poster machine broke down again and I'm having maintenance look at it the next day since it was near photo center's closing time when I called. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but there's nothing we could do."
"But I need that poster now."
"Ma'am, if you would like, I can call another Walmart near us to see if they can..."
No! You just don't want to do your job. That is it. My eldest son won't rest in peace now. This entire funeral is ruined because of you. My son won't rest peacefully because of you. You ruined this for my family.
She pointed this at me while yelling at me. Everyone around her was appalled by the accusation. I was even shocked as well and nearly broke down right there and then. She kept yelling at me directly until manager had enough. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I am not.
This time, my manager cuts her off. You not only are causing a scene right now, but accuse my associate of something that couldn't be avoided. Either you leave now or I'm calling security to escort you out. Entitled mother huffs and left without calling us freaking lazy associates. Nice dad and her kids walking behind her. As soon as she left, I just broke down because she blamed a funeral on me. Manager was hugging me and told me it was okay and it wasn't my fault. He allowed me to have an extra break so that I could calm down and recollect myself. And it was nearly an hour until it was time for me to clock out, so I stayed over at electronics until it was time for me to go home. And a few days later, I was cleaning the machines as the poster machine worked again. This time, manager talked to the main manager at our Walmart to order a new poster machine, and I heard someone at the counter. It was nice dad. I came here for the poster. I nodded and grabbed the poster and made the sell. Listen, I want to apologize for my wife the other day. It's alright. She was grieving and I understood. Yeah, but she has no right to blame that on you. Sir, it's okay. I get this stuff a lot of times here in photo. Wouldn't be the only time. He thanked me and left with the poster. I haven't seen them since when I worked there the next few years until I got a different job. I told my dad of this. He's a registered nurse, and he told me that she was on the second stage of depression and just took her anger out on me. It didn't feel like it, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, that she was grieving and not doing so in a very healthy way, might I say. But, she lost her eldest kid, and say what you will, but parents, in most cases, parents have the strongest connection, the deepest connection with their eldest, because they've been around the longest, and, that was their first kid. And there's something sentimental about that. Losing your first kid, someone you brought into this world when they're still that young, it's gotta be rough. So, I'm not justifying the mom's actions and stuff, but, that's why.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.